Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well and that you are having a good week. Thank you so much for coming into this folder and opening this video. This is an explainer about the assignment 2 paperwork. And I'm excited about making this video because this is the bit of the qualification that really gives you the opportunity to analyse and to think deeply about your coaching practice. You would have done assignment 1, you'd have written that essay, and you can see actually now's the time to start thinking about your coaching practice and your coaching sessions. There are documents to fill in, but mostly I really want you to encourage you to have the spirit for assignment 2, that it's not about presenting evidence to us or the ILM, but it's about your own personal reflection, your own personal learning, and your own analysis of your coaching. So feel free to write as much as you like. Feel free to write about what you're good at, but also feel free to write about the things that you're finding challenging. It's a good place to record those places. What I'm going to walk you through is some of these documents here, and we will go to a couple of other folders as well that I think you'll find it useful. First thing you'll see here, 3 diaries, coaching client diaries. You fill in 3, one for each of your main coachees, the people you're going to be coaching for a few hours. These diaries are for you to write everything about you want to write about this specific coachee. So you'll see there's some background information to start, and then write in some detail here about how you initially got going with what's the background relationship, the contracting, the goal setting, that's really important, and think about the goals that you want, why you chose to work with this coachee. These questions here start to think about the contracting session, the goals and partnership session, how that worked, how you drew out the topics and the themes, and how you gave them the experience so they could see what they were going to achieve from the coaching. Then here there's a little bit of an opportunity to write a bit more about the background of this coachee, so we get a bit of a flavour, we get a bit of a rhythm of where they're at, what their needs are, and what is your understanding of them. We don't have to write very, very personal information, but it's a good place to be able to really understand this coachee. They're likely to be bringing some challenging topics, so understanding them is really important. That's all. That's generally in the round about this coachee. You'll write a bit more in detail in other places about the coaching sessions themselves. So one of these diaries for each of your 3 main coachees. Then the next document we use is the log, the overall coaching log, where you will be able to record all of your coaching hours and just in brief form. So what you'll do here for your 3 main coachees, but also for any one-off coaching sessions, you have the opportunity to just write one line or fill in one line of text about each coaching session. So thinking about your prep, thinking about the topics that they brought and the actions that they committed to in their coaching session, but also thinking about your own strengths, what you did well in that session, and the improvements you would like to make if you could run that session again. Carry on, do those 20 times for those 20 hours of coaching, and what you'll find is you'll have in one place a really nice log that records the headlines of what you did well and what you want to improve on in your coaching practice. And it means it's a really great place to refer back to when you're analysing your own coaching. So that's the second document, the coaching log. Third document, the tutorial paperwork. You will have tutorial time. You'll have it with us, or you'll have it or you'll have it with each other as well. So you'll have peer conversations and you'll have buddy type of conversations. You can use this document to record them both. 4 tutorials with one of us. For each of those tutorials, fill in one of these boxes. In enough detail so that it's something memorable. Particularly, I think, the learnings, what you're taking away from your tutorial, what you remember, what you recall, what you shared, perhaps any guidance that you received from us. And do the same here for your peer conversations. So anything you took away from conversations with your buddies or your one-to-one type of conversations with each other, your coaching partners in the course. It can be a really helpful thing to do. So they're the documents inside this folder. There is a checklist document there as well you can use to make sure that you've got everything done and covered off. And there are also some assignment examples that you can go and have a look at. Some people have written loads and loads and loads and loads. Other people, not so much. It's really up to you. We don't mind how much you write, so long as it feels like it's useful and reflective for you. So, fill in every piece of paper in this folder and you would have pretty well done your assignment 2. There are a couple of other things in other folders that I wanted to take you through because they're supporting materials. So, if we look here in the coaching practice folder, this, and you've probably already been in here, this is where you find all the resources for the work with your coaches. So you will find email templates that you can obviously adapt so it sounds a bit more like you. Things to send and the time frame for sending emails and notes to your coaches before and after each coaching session. You'll also find folder 1, all the mandatory documents, the contract and the code of ethics and so on. So that's very useful information. And some questionnaires that you'll be sending before you do that coaching plan session so that you're well set up for that. You'll also see there's a questionnaire, and we ask you to send that questionnaire to your coachee when you've finished all of the coaching with them, so that they can fill it in and send it back to you, and you get the opportunity to read about how they thought your coaching was, and that's really wonderful. It's a joyous thing to do. There is this document here, the guidance on communicating with coaches. We do encourage you to have a look at that, because what that does is just a simple checklist for everything that you need to do and when you need to do it, just in terms of the communication with your coachee. So we said here, starting with your first coachee at the end of the second module, and then all the paperwork you need to send along to them so that you're really clear. So hopefully that will just help keep you on track with the actual communication with your coachee. Final thing I wanted to take you to was folder number 6, which is where you've got your self-reflection forms. You've probably been in here already by now, and just to walk you through quickly, for questionnaire 1, this self-reflection form is the one that we want you to be using for most of the program. It's a good place for you to analyse your coaching session. You listen to a recording or you remember a session and you write it up using that form. After you've done 15 hours of coaching, and you don't have to have written up 15 forms, you've probably written up 3 or 4, something of that nature, then start using form 2. And what form 2 does, still analysis of your coaching, but now you're starting to look at the level 7 assessment criteria. And you'll be able to analyse to see whether you're hitting those markers, and that's important. Forms 2A and 3 give you more information about that. So they're not for using necessarily, but they're good for reading. They're good for you to be able to see what the level is and what you're aiming towards. Some of it is reprinted in that information to participants, but you've already got. So it'll be familiar to you, but here's a good place to have it. There's also document 4 is your coach identity journal. And we talked about that during module 1. There's also a copy of it in your buddying folder. The idea of some guidance there about what you want and what you need to put in your coach identity journal. It doesn't need handing in. It is part of your self-reflection, but it doesn't necessarily need handing in. So it's just there as an extra resource. So I hope this has been useful. A walkthrough of all of the assignment 2 work. I'll say again what I said at the beginning. It's not about gathering and presenting evidence. It's about your own reflection. It's a really good opportunity to take some time and mull over your coaching, to analyse your coaching sessions. 20 hours in one way is not a load of coaching to get to the advanced level we want you to get to. So doing the analysis, doing the reflection is really important. Please don't be shy about asking questions. If what I've explained isn't clear enough, if you need more information, please do ask, and we're more than happy to help. We're more than happy to share time and share resources with you to help get you on the way. I really hope you enjoy assignment 2. Obviously, we really hope that you enjoy your coaching sessions and your coaching practice. Have a good day. Happy coaching. See you soon.